UFC 308 weigh-ins have occurred. Everyone looked horrible as per usual, except Khamzat Chimaev, and this is the first sign of corruption in our sport. Many corrupts. To preface this, Muslims don't have many sports stars. I mean, we look at the UK, it has 50 or 60 million people, and there's enough sports stars to which we can root against a Paddy Pimblett if we so desired. Muslims don't have that type of luxury. Despite having a billion or so people, they hit oil with Dagestan, now Chechnya with Chimaev, but mainly Dagestan, and they're going all in. The first rumblings came when the UFC extended the weigh-in window another hour. I'm guessing the Saudis told them, hey, if we don't get Chimaev, the show is off. That's who they're there to see, basically. The UFC hasn't done this before. It's a high-level sport with strict rules. Then, when Khamzat Chimaev weighed in, usually with the weighing in, the scale tips, you wait for it to even out, you try to make sure they're on weight with not even a decimal of a pound more. Chimaev's scale was bouncing up and down. What this guy did with the scale, it just showed Khamzat is probably somewhere within the 180 pound range. Some people also pointed out this happened with Khabib versus Justin Gaethje, also in Abu Dhabi. I don't care about what your religion is or whatever. This reeks of corruption and a subtle rigging of fights in their favour. What's next? Poisoning the opposition's water or food? It can get scary if a whole country desperately wants their sports stars to succeed to the point to where they rig the weight cuts. Then they have the power to do so. There was actually rumblings about Jose Aldo being notified about USADA coming to drug test him when they hit the border. Brazil also being a place with a certain fanaticism about their sports stars, which makes you scratch your head as they already have too many already. Khamzat now being a UAE citizen, which is very hard to get by the way. Could he legally take steroids also now? Will the UFC blow that Saudi bag by trying to catch him? To my knowledge, their new drug tester, Drug Free Sport, doesn't release the number. I'm wrong here, but I think that's accurate. We don't know if Khamzat has been tested 100 times or 0 times. Compare it to Robert Whittaker. Weighed in with a quickness. The weighing in guy took his sweet time making sure Whittaker was not a decimal overweight. I'm not a fan of this new direction of the highest paying people can get their guys an easier path through. Hire plants they put at the press conference, hire as many good Muslim fighters as you can. I'm all good with that approach and growing the sport in the Middle East. But we shouldn't accept the corruption, not one bit. If you're one of those people who think it's not a big deal, imagine if this were a British commission. All hell would break loose. Dana White would say we're not doing fights there again until they fix it. The UFC is becoming a Saudi client state, or a vassal almost. This isn't a proper sport if things like this are being allowed. And you give someone an inch, let's put laxatives in his food. Why not? The UFC won't do anything and we want our guys to win. That's my thoughts anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments.